Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading, an emergency reading that someone purchased from me. And they were so kind as to let me put this reading public for anyone else who might resonate with it. So thank you again for purchasing this reading from me, and also for allowing me to share it on the channel. And if you randomly came across this video, I don't believe in coincidences, so chances are you might have something to gain from watching this reading. Some of it could resonate, but do keep in mind that this is a personal reading for someone else. And if you would like to purchase your own personal reading, head over to promiseharmony.com/services. This reading is the emergency reading. You get it within 3 days. And then I have basic and in-depth video readings as well. So let's go ahead and get started here. So this person wrote me an email to ask their questions, and I'm just going to start by reading some of the email because it'll probably make more sense in the context of me doing this reading. So this person says, "Dear Rainbow, I'm still digesting my previous reading, but I must say I love your vibe and you are so accurate that it's a little scary." That's so funny. I had to read that part because it's like so true. Sometimes it freaks me out, honestly. Excuse me. I'm getting over like a cough, you guys. It's like the worst. I've had it since I was in Egypt, but I think it's getting better now that I'm here and it's like so humid in India. Has anyone else ever been to Goa, India? It's so beautiful here. I'm just relaxing. It's relaxing. It's the perfect place to do my work. So this person says, "I love your vibe and you're so accurate, it's a little scary." That's so funny. Like, I literally don't even know why, you guys. I think that this is something that if you practice at it like anything, you're just gonna get better. So I've had a lot of practice now doing all your personal readings, and I'm at the point where I can really tap into some deep stuff with people and get some really accurate answers. So I'm really thankful for you guys because you guys have helped me be able to practice and be able to take my gifts to the next level. So, and I want all of you guys to know that just like I have a gift with this and other things like fashion and beauty and makeup and artwork and singing and writing and stuff like that, you have many gifts as well. Maybe some of you guys out there have psychic gifts or are very clairvoyant or very intuitive, or you're like an empath and you want to help others. So hopefully just you guys watching me being able to make a business doing this, to be able to help others and to be able to use my gifts and also give back and bring abundance into my life and also to bless others is just amazing. And I have this huge goal to help so many of you guys accomplish your dreams and just give you some information that I've been learning along the way in order to get this going. So I believe you guys have your own special gifts and talents as well. So especially the person who wrote me this, thank you so much, and just know that you have your own gifts too. And maybe your gifts are a little scary in a way to where like you're just really good at it and it's something that's very natural to you. So I want you guys to search within inside yourself to really figure out like, what are these gifts, what are these talents, how can I use them, what's going to be a fulfilling way for me to just express that part of myself. Anyways, she says next, "I'm indeed going through my Saturn return now, or what the layman says, enjoying my quarter life crisis. I speak to you more as I have sunk in the messages and do some more meditations about your reading. I hope you're okay to hear my ramblings. For this reading, I would like it as a YouTube video. Feel free to put this public. Thank you again. Please mention Saturn return in this video to let others know that Saturn return can be a great teacher and they're not alone in this life phase." How sweet is that? You know, thank you so much for allowing a place for me to discuss this and for other people to be able to learn from it. Okay, so then this person goes on. "So I have this love interest that has been on my mind, but we have lost contact. Let's call her HH. We are both women. I'm not sure she likes women, but I can feel her flirting with me occasionally. I'm uncomfortable about my own sexuality, and I thought it was my illusion that she likes me too, so I usually act distant towards her. She was my Japanese language teacher. We went out for a few dates when I stopped the lessons, partly as I feel very attracted to her and I think it was unprofessional of me to stay in class, so I dropped out. It was challenging for me to communicate with her, as Japanese isn't my native language, while her English is non-existent. The good part is it gave me plenty of motivation to improve my language. After a while though, she stopped replying to my texts, and ever since I became afraid to look for her. Even when it was her birthday in March, and I sent her a happy birthday text. She didn't reply, and this got me heartbroken. I didn't confess my feelings to her, but I feel deeply rejected by her actions. I got a feeling that she needs space, and when my Saturn return is getting stronger to a point it has overwhelmed me, I figure I needed space too for myself. I haven't talked to her for almost 5 months. Nonetheless, during these periods, she's always on my mind. I want to understand more about my connection with her. Should I contact her? My birthday is in August and I'd like to see her again. Or should I leave her alone and let her go as my romantic interest? Looking forward to your response. So, this is actually a reading I get very often. You know, just wondering how someone's feeling about you, wondering if there was a connection, should you pursue someone, should you reach out again, kind of thing. And so I'm very confident my cards and my intuition can help with this. So first of all, let's just pull some cards right now to see where you're at in general, and then we'll get into Saturn return. So let's see where, whoop, lots of cards coming out. So far there are definitely signs about you connecting with someone in love. Like, I feel like the universe knows that this is on your heart. This is something you've been trying to manifest for a while. And so here at the end of the spread, we do see talk of you connecting with a soulmate, having a long-term relationship, something that's going to be very positive in nature. Long-term committed relationship is what I'm picking up on. But first over here it says, you know, you're a little frustrated, and this is the spiritual awakening card, the sun, your heart is opening. So you are having this awakening, you are going through Saturn return like we talked about in your last reading. And so the hard thing about this point of life is like learning how to balance your emotions, because all of a sudden you're like starting to rethink like a lot of your plans, a lot of your goals, a lot of your dreams. You're starting to think like, okay, now I need to take a big step in my life, or something needs to change. And there's this whole out with the old, in with the new energy. Sometimes there's like random catastrophic circumstances that come into your life during this period of transition, kind of guiding you and pushing you in a new direction, although it can feel very harsh sometimes. And so it can be very hard to keep from, excuse me, from getting like a depression, or from really letting this energy take you down. And I do feel like a little bit of depression is part of this cycle in your life. It's natural to want to crave solitude and to want to crave some time alone, to just kind of think and withdraw from others and kind of figure out like, okay, like what do I want to do? What are my goals? What's my mission? What's my dream? Like how do I want to improve my life? Where do I want to go forward from here, you know? And so I feel like that's kind of where you're at right now. You're getting ready to take some kind of new path. There's a lot of big plans that are kind of incubating. I feel like you're planting seeds right now. So things are going well, but there is frustration with this part of the journey because you are in a big transition right now. And you're looking for a new beginning, but you're in between that time. It still needs a little bit of action, a little bit of momentum on your part. It needs a little bit of time to grow. And so it can just be really frustrating to be in this transition. So that's definitely coming up. And so the thing about Saturn return is that it's an astrological period in our life when the planet Saturn completes its orbits around the sun. And so basically when you're born, Saturn is in a certain sign. And then during your Saturn return, 29 years, Saturn goes back to where it was when it was in your sign. And so this is around every 29 years. So it's a really, really big time. This can also happen around age 60. So basically, Saturn return tends to put you into a lot of crises that face you with your deepest fears. Everything that you thought that you wanted in your life has come into question, and you start to realize more like the truth of like who you are, like who you've been, like who you want to be. Like you start kind of realizing you have the power to take action, to more like co-create your life, be more creative, exert some more will, some more power, realizing you don't have to just let life happen to you. You can happen to life. You can make life happen for you. And so for a lot of people, this just looks like, you know, kind of having a time of rest, a little bit of depression, and then coming out of it and going into like a new direction, feeling a little bit more empowered, Maybe just realizing your passion or starting to take active steps. Maybe you've graduated from a program and you land that job. Maybe this manifests as you quitting your job, getting fired, laid off, and having some time to think about creating your own business or wanting to go into a different industry or just take a different move. It can appear as having a baby. For some people, they have a baby and this is around the time, or it spawns kind of the beginning of this kind of quarter life crisis, spiritual awakening energy, or it could be the loss of a friend or the loss of a partner or the loss of a family member. Usually some big crisis can put this into action, although for some people they just kind of naturally go through it. It's not necessarily a crisis, it's just more like an emotional kind of thing that's happening. But regardless, this is definitely an emotional time. I've seen people go through it, people that I know, because I'm around that age. I'm 28, so I'm around the age where a lot of people are going through their Saturn returns. I've been through it, and it's very, very interesting watching people shift into this or kind of have a spiritual awakening, which can be the same thing. Sometimes this can go hand in hand. And so it's a very strong pressure that comes over your life. And so some people do, like I said, call this a quarter life crisis, which is kind of funny. But basically, if you go through this time in your life, this storm, this time of transition, you will definitely come out braver and smarter and happier and stronger than you ever thought possible. So I feel like this is a time where, once again, you do come into a bit of a depression, but you're able to kind of pace your way out of it by getting rid of old people, places, situations, habits, and things that don't serve you. And also learning how to be present in the moment as you go through this process, allowing yourself to feel your feelings, knowing that your feelings are helping kind of steer you in the direction of where you want to be. If you're not happy with something in your life, you can change it. Maybe not overnight, but you can take little steps. And so this is all about going with the flow. Ultimately, the Saturn return leads you to make some changes or to take a step in a new direction, and it ultimately matures you. And so it's really an awesome part of life. And there's this celebration that comes through, because on the other side of it, you get so excited because you start reaping the benefits and the rewards and the positive outcomes of the choices you've been making during the Saturn return to kind of steer things in a different direction. It can be so subtle, but sometimes the littlest things we change in our life could have the biggest impact. And so oftentimes, once you realize more like who you are to yourself, and I think life is like a general, like kind of an unfolding process of self-discovery. After this, you start aligning with more people that are kind of in alignment with the true you. And so you meet a lot of friends. Some people call this like the, coming together of the soul family. I like to call it soul family because it's kind of fun. And you start really connecting with people on more of a soul level, on like a deeper level afterwards. And what it's called is rebirth. A really easy way to talk about this time is just rebirth, death and rebirth. So 8 of Vessels, rebirth. This says, rejoice, a time of renewal and potential is here. The cycle of rebirth and healing brings inner peace and confidence. Once you accept that all the blessings and gifts of life can be yours or already belong to you, the fear of asking is gone. It's time to shed the skin of the past and accept and utilize the overflowing potential of the present that is freely available to you. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Do not be afraid to ask, why not me? See potential where others only see barriers. See challenge as others see impossible odds. Apply all that you have learned through experience and toil to any problem, and you will not fail. You have striven to survive and absorb insight. You have endured loss to retain your integrity. All of these trials, everything that you're going through during this Saturn return is going to make you stronger, wiser, and more effective. Drink of this new fountain of opportunity, and it's time to renew your life objectives. You have endured the past, its gifts were hard won, now the challenge of the future unfolds. Grasp it and shape it in your hands as you would have it manifest in your life. So wonderful, I love this message, just saying like, you come out on the other side with a clearer mind and you're able to make choices like, where do you want to go next? And you can manifest it and shape it in any way that you want. So the hardest part of Saturn return is managing your responsibilities while you're going through this, because sometimes you just feel like you don't want to go into work. Maybe that's one of the things you want to change. Maybe you want to change your health and your diet, but it's like so hard to change those habits. It could be anything, but it can be a struggle to just kind of keep going through your daily routine while making those changes. And so I think that's where mindfulness and presence comes into play, where you just practice looking in the mirror every day and telling yourself that you're beautiful and that you're strong and you're going to do a little bit better today no matter what. Like, you are worthy. Affirmations really help with that. I love Jason Stevenson's I Am Beautiful affirmations. You could check it out on his YouTube channel. Meditation helps too. You can search your soul for some answers that you've been looking for by just quieting your mind and putting yourself in that receptive mode. Exercise can help. Yoga is pretty awesome because it's just relaxing and you could just stretch out maybe some of the pain and stress you've been carrying in your body. Or just going for walks in nature can help. Getting some sunshine and some outdoors can help if you're, wanting to stay inside a lot because of the, dark night of the soul, the quarter life crisis, the spiritual awakening. But there's a message that you're always safe, you're always secure. There are unseen forces at work in your life, and like one of my favorite YouTubers, Preston Smiles, says, it's not your job to figure it out, it's your job to welcome it. You have to be open that on the other side of all this is some big manifestations. And I think we spend a lot of time in our life asking for certain things and intending for certain things, and there's a point where we have to kind of let go and be open and surrender to it to come to us. So this is the hardest part of the process. I think that's what the Saturn return teaches you too, to be just kind of open. And to make space and make room. So wonderful. There are definitely messages about you getting connected in love, but is it with this person? We're gonna have to see. So my first impression when I read over that was like, you know what, why not just reach out to her? I don't think at this point you're like stalker status. I think you were just picking up on vibes and being very intuitive, and she didn't write back to your last text. What I'm gonna say intuitively is that when someone texts you on your birthday to say happy birthday, you have to realize there's like at least for me, there's like a bunch of people texting me saying happy birthday, and it's like I'm running all over the place and I'm doing my hair and my makeup and I want to go out, and maybe it's just some people get the birthday blues, and they just don't want to talk to anybody on their birthday. I know people like that. So you never know, there could always be an excuse. I mean, I'm not the first person to make excuses for why someone's not texting you back. Because obviously if they want to text you back, they will. But at the same time, that could have been a really overwhelming day. And she probably just thought, oh, cool. Like, I have people text me Merry Christmas, happy birthday. And I'll like it or thumbs up if I'm on social media. But if it's a text message, I might just read it. I might not write back. I don't know. I'm an Aquarius, so this person could be completely different. She could have been like, you know what, I'm not going to write back. It could have been like very intentional about it. But the vibe I'm picking up on is the only way you can know is to reach out just one more time. And you don't want to keep reaching out and keep reaching out and keep reaching out if she just doesn't talk to you, and I think you're afraid of that rejection, but why not try? Just one more time, see what happens. And that is advice coming to you from an Aquarius. We're very direct. But let's see what the cards have to say. Yeah, you definitely need to make a decision on what you're gonna do. You're at that point where you have to decide, are you gonna let this go? Or are you gonna take some action, just like you said? The universe wants to be generous with you. There's this message of being open to receive, empowering yourself, and then talking about how you are gonna get what you want. You're gonna have a relationship, you're just gonna have to be patient. But let's see what they have to say about this woman. Let's check out the energy between you guys. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so here's what it's saying. Yes, there was a mutual attraction between you guys. Definitely a mutual attraction. She's definitely attracted to you. You guys had a past life relationship. You've known each other before. So this is kind of a big deal. Whenever you meet someone from a past life, whenever you meet someone that you've had a soul connection with, there is an instant recognition. There's a strong energy there. And it definitely leaves both people wondering, like, wow, what was that? Like, I've even had this with friends, people who were just completely platonic that I met and had a very strong connection with, and was just like, whoa, what was that, you know? And then I realized, oh, it's a past life relationship, or I just met someone from my soul family, awesome. For you, this was very strong. I do see this message that you met during traveling, like she's foreign. But this is also a message of this honeymoon period you guys had where you were getting to know each other, and it was like this strong connection, you know, you guys going out, getting to know each other. You were trying to call in a soulmate at the time. You know, your energy was very open, very receptive. Hers, I don't know so much, because what I'm seeing about her is there's these religious factors coming up, which makes me think that on her side, it could be religion, it could just be family. This card talks about your upbringing being an influence on your on your love life. I know that with some people who are over in Japan and also over in China, just from my traveling and meeting different people, this is not the case with everybody there. I don't want to generalize or stereotype, but some people do have strict families where they have to basically court someone to marry them. So they don't really casually date very much. You know, they might go on a couple dates. Sometimes the family's involved. It could be one of those situations. It could also be a situation where she's not comfortable being, you know, out of the closet, being gay, you know? And so, which is everyone's personal choice, but maybe her upbringing has had an effect on this, whether it was just a strict family or just the way she feels, like maybe the way her culture or society could make her feel. I think everybody's culture, everybody's society can make it feel like still to this day hard to come out if you're gay, you know? And that's something that we all need to work on in this society to make it more comfortable for everybody to be welcomed for who they are, no matter what their orientation is, no matter where they come from, no matter their religion, all of that. But right now I feel like she feels pressure, and she may not ultimately want to embrace that side of herself. So what I'm seeing is what you felt was real. I'm not sure if she is gay or if she is not feeling open to that side of herself, because that's what I'm seeing, is that there was an attraction, but because of this right here, it has this block. And so we're seeing unrequited love reversed. If it was upright, that would mean you guys didn't have chemistry, there was nothing there, maybe you're just seeing things that weren't there. Reversed, it means, yeah, this person does have an attraction and a chemistry to you, but they can't admit that to themselves or just to you because of the situation. And so that's what I'm seeing here. So I know that's so hard. You want to express your love, you know? So they're saying, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. They want you to stay positive because, like we saw in your first spread, your general spread, there is love coming into your life. And the universe is you know, very aware of this desire you have. It's like you put in your order, you got to wait for it to cook, you know what I mean? So whether it's this person or not, we're going to have to find out. And I feel like it's possibly not. I'm just going to call it right now because I feel like seeing these two cards together make me think this is very personal to her, what she's going through, and it's not personal to you because there's an attraction, past life, there's a soul connection there. But this love looks like it might not be able to be returned because of this heavy influence she has of not feeling comfortable to express herself in that way. You know, whether or not this is who she really is, that's up to her. That's her life, her energy, you know. I can't tell you whether or not she's gay. That's like her personal path, but it does seem like she did have an attraction to you and, you know, felt the chemistry, but she's not willing to walk that path. She's not willing to, that's not what her choice right now. That's not really what energy she's embracing within herself, you know? And so I feel like that could be kind of a factor here to the separation. So stay optimistic about your love life. It's hard, you know, when you hear that, when you really carry this energy for someone, but they're also telling you to express your love, you know. As far as reaching out, maybe just for your own peace of mind, try reaching out again, try seeing if it's reciprocated, try seeing if her energy is giving back to you. You know, if she's, you know, if the person isn't giving back to you in an equal exchange and you're the one who's giving and giving and giving, you're not getting much back, you have to really think, you know, is this a relationship I want to be in? Is this the type of energy exchange I want to be involved in? Somebody who doesn't really give much and I have to give a lot, I'm not getting much back. You know, you want to be with somebody who returns that. And obviously in the beginning of a relationship, it's going to be a little back and forth. But at a certain point, you know, if you really want to date someone or get to know someone or be more intimate with somebody, you're going to be getting a lot back from them if they're interested as well. And so that's kind of the test here. So let's see a message should you reach out. First though, let's actually see, how does she feel about you? Okay, so what we're seeing is that she respects you, you know, she has this very strong respect for you. And also I'm like stuttering because this one is kind of crazy. Like, she does have passion for you, you know. I feel like what you were feeling between you and this person, it was not imagined. Like, there was a strong passion. She has a lot of respect. There's chemistry coming out, this connection. But then we see getting to know each other reversed. And so she got to know you, and now this is like her energy doesn't seem to be open to that. We're getting pay attention to the red flags, the signs are cautioning you. And then we're seeing make the effort and flirt reversed. So it's like she is nervous to make the effort. She's nervous to flirt. Even though there's this passion, there's this chemistry, she has a lot of respect, she might have, like you said, shut the door. And maybe it's just because she isn't gay or she doesn't want to try that side of herself, you know what I mean? Maybe she's not open to that. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing, is its energy is closed. But they're telling you to allow the situation to unfold naturally. I think she's just kind of open to go with the flow, but she might not be interested in you romantically because of her own thing that she has going on. You know what I mean? I don't think it has to do with you, because she felt the passion, she felt the chemistry, but maybe her focus is more on men right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy I'm kind of seeing. She doesn't want to flirt, doesn't want to make the effort. She got to know you, but it's a red flag on her side. She's just like, I don't know if I can go there, because for her it means a lot of changes. And you said you weren't open with your sexuality. Well, you are. You wrote this message and like you're being open about it, but she is like even more not open with it than you. So continue to be who you are, you know? Continue to be yourself. Don't let this make you feel like a rejection or something. I think it's more personal to her than it has to do with you. I feel like it's possible you could reach out again, but you're gonna have to see like what her response is. So if you reach out again, like what is her general response? How would that go? Okay, so I think they're telling you, you have a decision to make, you know, do you want to reach out or not? And I think they're telling you, you know, go ahead and do it. If your heart is really compelling you to do this, reach out, you know? They're saying let go of expectations for what the response is going to be. It's not like you guys are going to break up because you guys aren't together. But they're saying, you know, do this as an action of facing your fears. So face your fears, be confident, step forward, and just throw a bone and see what happens. I think ultimately you might not get back what you're wanting back from this person. And they're reminding you you deserve love. You are lovable. There might be another person that Spirit wants to bring into your life. So let's go ahead and ask, who is this new person? Because remember, in your general message, we read that there's someone coming into your life. I mean, those last two cards were love cards. I don't know if you guys hear that bird out there, but it literally sounds like a laser. It's the weirdest thing. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I do see true love coming in for you. They're saying you're going to be single for a while to work on your self-love. You know, learning how to respect yourself. When you are into somebody and you find out they don't like you back, for whatever reason, even if it's just personal or because they got other stuff to focus on or they're not ready to commit to a relationship or whatever, even if it's not personal, it can still feel so hard, like on your worthiness and self-esteem. And so they're saying you're going to be spending some time learning how to not, you know, put your power in someone's hands so much like that, so that you can feel more confident and more ready to pursue your life and in different relationships and different friendships. And I see you kind of recovering from this and then moving on, and just kind of letting go of the connection for a little while. And that will definitely open you up for a soulmate, because if this person's energy is in your aura too much, then it could be kind of hard for other people to be able to receive you, because like they'll sense that person in your energy. And so that's why just being open, being receptive, letting go of the past as much as you can in your own time, in your own way, cutting these cords, working through this, you know, maybe reaching out, exploring the connection, seeing if anything comes back. But I see you kind of moving through that, and there's a possibility you can manifest a connection with another person. And they're saying this other person is also a past life relationship, because they want you to open up to the fact that you have many soulmates. So soulmates aren't just, you know, one love you meet in your life. You know, you have many soulmates. Some of them can be your friends or your cousin or your brother or your aunt or whatever. And it's not always romantic. It's, you know, especially when it's family members and friends and stuff like that. You could have these strong soul connections with almost anybody. Not just anybody, but just any type of person. But you're looking for this romance. I'm not sure this person can give that to you. That's why we're seeing the romance card reversed. But they are saying trust that true love is coming to you. There is a romance of a lifetime on its way to you. The situation's definitely calling for you to have faith. They want you to you know, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Maybe make an effort to reach out and start a conversation with her and see what energy comes in. But regardless, I do see you're going to be happy in love. I do see things are working out for you. This connection you have with this woman was definitely for a reason. There's definitely a reason she's in your life, so continue to explore it. But if you do get the message once again that she's not interested, then I would definitely back off and give her some space. And continue to work on yourself, your self-love. And so let's see the final message that the angels have for you in this situation. So they're saying you have the ability to be able to gracefully flow through this situation and to find your center of balance and peace and serenity. So any of those ways we listed before, doing the affirmations, going on a walk in nature, engaging in a creative activity or hobby, something that calms you, listening to music, doing yoga or exercise, you know, cleaning things and getting rid of old things and things that, you know, situations, people, maybe even just your home, things in your home that no longer serve you. I also see this need for some more me time, spending time, excuse me, my cough, I told you about it, it acts up. So the need for more me time, the need to spend more time on your own and with self, which is really hard for you right now because you're really wanting to connect in a relationship, but just knowing that's going to come at the right time. So being very tender with yourself, you're going through this healing process with the Saturn return, like you mentioned. So they want you to find your strength, and that's exactly what this time in your life is going to teach you. It's going to help you look at everything from a new perspective. It's going to open up your awareness. This card means the winds of change. The winds of change are blowing into your life. A couple years from now, you're going to look back and be like, what even happened? Because things are going to be so different. So yes, this is a little bit of adversity for you. But they're saying if you have the willingness to visualize a more positive outcome for yourself and for your life, that's going to help you. And they want you to believe that you can handle your responsibilities, cut some cords that need to be cut, kind of heal yourself through Saturn return, and also maintain your integrity. So let's pull a final message for you from my Enchanted Tarot. Oh, this card came out. They're saying there's going to be a lot of synchronicity coming to you as you go through this spiritual awakening, this quarter life crisis. So pay attention to angel numbers like 222, 444, 111, 1111, etc. And don't be afraid to look up what these numbers mean or to meditate on the meaning for yourself. And also, you might even be seeing different animals. Even if it's just a squirrel or a dog or a cat, be sure to look it up or to meditate on its meaning for you. You might even have certain people coming into your life with certain messages or wanting you to help with some kind of project or wanting to teach you something new. So be open, because a lot of times when you pray and when you dream, you wish, you fantasize, you start visualizing you know, the next steps or the future. Oftentimes the answer can come through another person. So be open to new people in your life as well. And signs can come in a number of ways. It's up to you to trust your intuition, to know what the sign is, and to meditate and ask within yourself for the answers. So final message from my Enchanted Tarot for you. So they're saying that there's someone else out there for you. Don't be afraid to meet new people and to just be who you are and express yourself. You know, this has been opposition for you, feeling unworthy in love, also, you know, kind of struggling with your sexuality and sense of self. But I think that naturally this path is going to lead you towards opening more to who you are and to your truth in all ways. And it's going to give you a broader understanding of your truth. This here is talking about traveling. You know, you've done some traveling and it's been really helpful for you. Maybe some more traveling is needed during this time to open your mind. That's actually what I'm doing right now, going through Saturn return and traveling. It does help to kind of clear out your experience. So now what I'm seeing here is you know, this is kind of hard. This has been a blow to the heart, just not hearing back from this person, but they're saying don't worry, because you will be fulfilled. This is literally the fulfillment card, which is really sweet. The last card that you're getting is saying satisfaction is going to be achieved. Your wish is going to be granted, and it may come to you in a really unexpected way or after a small delay. But things are going to be looking up very soon. They're saying right now, set your goals, set your intentions, and be sure to wish for the things that you know are best for your long-term good, because you're likely to receive them. So a lot of blessings coming, wishes coming true, and then you see these hearts all over the card, which is saying you will be fulfilled in love. So this is going to be very interesting to see how all of this unfolds. I hope that this resonated with you. And anyone else who watched, if this resonated with you as well, definitely drop a comment below to let the person know. And thank you once again to the person who is allowing me to post this publicly. If you would like your own personal reading, head over to promiseharmony.com/services. And for free, you can simply just leave comments, or you can email me or DM me through Instagram and let me know if you have any topics for my pick a card readings. I'm sending you guys so much love and light with this message. Peace out.